Good morning, everybody. I'm Coach Tom. Welcome to my channel, Creating Your New Reality. I'm a self-actualization coach. What that means is that I help people cultivate, develop, and then express their true authentic selves in the areas of their relationships, their personal development, and their careers. Are you ready? Let's go. Now, today I wanted to hit the ground running. It's Monday, and to me, Monday is one of my favorite days because that means I get to set the tempo, I get to dictate everything, and life is just going to go my way. I am going to go my way. I will not be moved, I will not be pushed aside, and I will not be stopped. Okay? Now, you might be saying, well, gosh, Tom, that's you, but that's not me. How can I be like you? How could I maybe develop some of these things on my own? And I'm here to tell you that it is simple, but it's not easy. The first thing I need you to do is I need you to think about what do you want and how bad do you want it, okay? If you understand your why, then you can endure any how and you can endure any what. And you can also begin to transform yourself into that person that can go after these things or be that type of person that you want, okay? What I always advocate, if you want a basic formula for anything, it's begin with the end in mind. Stephen Covey talks about this in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Highly recommend you get that. Begin with the end in mind. Where do you want to end up? Just like typing something into your GPS. Just doot, and everything is going to manifest it and tell you how to get there, okay? So you want to do that. You want to begin with the end in mind. If Stephen Covey doesn't do it for you, then get hold of some Neville Goddard. One of the old-time Bible teachers, was big in the 20s and 30s. He talks about what is your end? What is your desired state, okay? Kind of woo-woo stuff, but again, this is how you do it. And to paraphrase a popular song from about 30 years ago, this is how we do it. What I want you to do, again, think of the end. Where do you want to end up? Me personally, I maybe didn't have some specifics in mind, just really brief. What I do now is I help run a heating and air company. I help run a plumbing company. I also I have the holistic coaching. I'm also a job search coach, a speaker, author, writer, teacher, all these things. What I really wanted to do, this is how I manifest what I wanted to be. What I really wanted to be was I wanted to be a communicator and I wanted to be a teacher. Okay, these were the things that I wanted to be. But on another level, I also wanted to be somebody I always wanted to be a man of impact. Okay, that was my main thing. I like when I walk into a room and people go, wow, thank God Tom's here, because things are going to happen. Okay, he's half crazy, he's nuts. He can be pretty unpredictable and emotional, but damn it, he gets things done. Okay, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said about me. Okay, so in my early days, I was a factory worker, and nothing wrong with being a factory worker, but it was killing me. It was negative. It was very backbreaking work. I was in a foundry for about 10 years in a union, all that entails. Again, nothing against being in a place like that, but I wanted more. And how was I going to do that? Okay, so I kept my eyes open for opportunities, and it was presented to me through my older brother that maybe I could be a recruiter, okay? He was hitting it out of the park, doing very well with it, and I said to myself, gosh, I can make money by just picking up the phone and talking to people. Well, on one level, yeah, that was it, but I had to learn to speak intelligently and do all these things. And what I ended up doing was I put myself in a mental position of, you know what, I want this. I have to do this because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making relationships with people, making friends with them, offering them opportunities, creating things out of nowhere. All these things became fun stuff for me as I went through life. But what I had to do first off was identify this was what I want. Okay, so you have to identify in your life, what is it that you want? Do you want a promotion? Do you want a position within your company that's maybe a step or two above where you're at now? Okay, I want you to write that down. Think about the steps of how you get there. I had to learn to overcome just a decades of being inhibited, okay? I was a very shy kid growing up. A lot of people kept me in a box and told me what I was, who I was, how I was, and I was dumb enough to believe it for a lot of years, which is, I guess, how I went from graduating high school and then just plugging into factory work, because that was what my family did, even though I was capable of so much more. And I didn't realize it at the time. And if I realized it, I sure as fuck didn't believe that I could walk forward with any of that and go do it, okay? So again, what I had to do was define my end. I wanted to be a recruiter. Okay, so how do I do that? All right, so I devoted myself to my craft, okay? I got books, I got trainings, okay? Thank God for my brother who gave me all of his training materials from his employer, seminars he would go to, and I would just devour these things, okay? And the internet wasn't even a thing. I had to subscribe to newsletters that other recruiters that were training, what they put out, okay? And I would get things in the mail, and I would just get their books and eagerly wait for the teachings to come through the mail and just devour it, okay? I knew that I had to become a better speaker, okay? So who are my influences? My influences were, of course, your top sales trainers, Zig Ziglar, Stephen Covey, you name it, okay? All the greats. But within recruiting, I had to identify my mentors, and Steve Finkel was one. Taught me so much. I used to buy his books, and I still have one called Breakthrough that I still read at least once a year because it is so timely all the time. Okay, I got knowledge. I got educated. That's the most important thing. But no, you know what? That's not the most important thing. That's the foundational thing. You know what's more important than getting the initial knowledge to begin with is getting up every day and pushing myself to apply what I learned. Okay, that's the most important thing, I think. All right, I would read a few chapters, and then I would call into clients, and I would call candidates, and I would push myself and use what I knew. And you know what? I screwed up a lot. I would trip over my words. I would exquisitely script out what I wanted to say, and then somebody would ask me something that wasn't on the script, and I'd be like, okay, can I get back to you? Because I'd be knocked for a loop, all right? But here's the thing. I wasn't afraid to get my nose broken, okay? If you zoom in on the video, you look really close, you'll realize this is not straight, okay? And in a figurative sense, okay, I will fight a buzzsaw for what I believe in, who I believe in, okay? I'm not above scrapping if I have to. And even in the world of business, if I don't know something but I want it bad enough, you know what? I'm coming, and the world's got to deal with me. What I've learned is the world cannot handle me at full throttle most times, all right? And that's just fine, because I'm coming, all right? You have to understand that about yourself. You have to have that commitment level. And that's the other most important thing, is you have to have that commitment level for what you want. And you have to drive yourself to go after it, okay? And if it doesn't happen on the first try, second try, fifth try, 50th try, who the fuck cares? Do you want it? Are you going in the right direction? Okay? Are you sitting on your hands crying about what you don't have and where you're not at? Okay? If you do that kind of shit, you don't deserve what you want. All right? These are the most important things. You have to identify what you want. You have to get the knowledge. You've got to apply that knowledge, and you have to keep driving. Okay? Eventually, I was able to make it so I was collecting checks, 20 grand a hit for a placement I would make. That's how good I got at recruiting. And within that, I learned so much. I pushed myself to be the candidate's friend, understand what motivated them, how to communicate that to the hiring manager. I learned how to identify what the hiring manager actually wanted out of a candidate, paint the picture, and holistically put everything together into a cohesive presentation that didn't put their feet to sleep, okay? And I'm really good at finding people. I'm very good at the most arduous task of being a recruiter, and that's sourcing candidates. That's the part nobody likes, but I enjoy it. I decided that I would master that, okay? I decided that I would master the difficult things that nobody else would like to do, and one of my pitches for my recruiting services is I save you time. I do the digging for you. That way you don't have to. You can do your day job. You're really good at that. I'm going to come after you with all the information with a very stellar candidate, so it's pretty much turnkey. All you have to do is bring him in, have your people meet them, bam, we're done. Okay. It's taken a lot of work to be this good at what I do. But now, even though I don't have I do have my own recruiting practice. It's not my sole means anymore. I do work for an organization that allows me to do all of the recruiting for them, and they rent me out to other franchises, and I do the recruiting for them as well. It's a beautiful thing. I get to do me. I get to be me. I get to have an extended version of myself where I also work with my employees, my people, as I call them. And when they need something, we work on things. We do coaching, we do training, we do communications, all the things that I know how to do. I get to express that. Okay. So it's really cool. So again, this is why I love Mondays, because I get to go in and I get to do me. It's a beautiful thing. So where you're standing at, the other thing, you've got to begin where you are. Okay. Think about what your job is. Write down your job description. Are there things that you can do where you're standing that you really want to do? Can you train more people? Okay. Can you reach out? Can you be that guru on the mountain, basically, that can help other people do their jobs well? Okay, one thing I'll tell you, don't ever think that you have to hoard your knowledge because someone's going to take your position away from you. If you share your knowledge and if you can build relationships and you can teach people, you will always be employable. Okay, you will become a value to the people that are above you, and eventually that's how you move up the ranks. And I'll tell you what, if you're in a place where you know that you're locked in a box, then get the fuck out. Okay, go do something else. You need help identifying what that is. Hit me up. My email's below. Everything's down there is below. And if you really think, gosh, Tom, I'm stuck. I don't even know how to begin over again. I don't know how to begin. I'm unemployed. What do I do? Oh my gosh, you've got all these things. Again, look in the box below the video here. Okay. I've got this ebook, How to Give Yourself a Do-Over. Even deeper into my story, I got some free resources in there for you. Happily work with you, talk to you about your situation. But please don't forget, I want you to like, subscribe, and share these videos. I got a lot going on, got a lot more than just what I've touched on here that's for you, okay? So, again, I want you to hit life hard today. I want you to hit the ground running, and I want you to get some energy underneath you, okay, and propel yourself forward. I love you guys. I want you to be self-actualized, and I want you to be yourselves. Thank you so much. Have a great Monday. Bye-bye. I love you.